Good afternoon, my friends and homies. What's poppin'? What's good, as they say on the streets? I'm the Michael Myers fanatic. I want to give a shout out to all the Tupac fans. What's up? West Side and all that stuff. I'm not necessarily down with that, but that's your language. I don't really speak West Coast. But I like Tupac all the same, ghetto gospel and all, until the end of time and all that stuff. That's all cool. But I'm here to review the movie Bullet, a 1996 American crime drama. Ooh, sounds fancy, right? It's a posthumous film, meaning it was released after the death of Tupac Shakur. Tupac Shakur was really the only thing that actually saved this piece of garbage. This is not me dissing Tupac. Listen, I said Tupac Shakur was the only thing, the only person to save this piece of garbage. If it had not been for Tupac, this movie would have been absolute garbage. He saved it. Basically, it's about this guy, Butch, but he calls himself Bullet. Jewish man comes out of prison, and he thinks that he's tough and all this stuff. He's going around using racial slurs and the N-word and, calling Spanish people spics and all that stuff. This movie is totally unnecessary. What was the point of this movie? I'm failing to understand this. What was the point of this film? You see, this is why Ted Levine or Levine or whatever his name is, this is why he got Tupac Shakur, because he knew that this movie was going to be a piece of crap. So he figured he'd get one of the biggest names in entertainment. He knew that it was going to suck, and it did. The only reason that I'm even talking about his film is because Tupac was in it. That's it. There's no other reason. Basically, he gets out of prison. This guy, Butch, or Bullet, as he likes to be called on the streets. He lives in New York. This movie was filled with nothing but stereotypes because it had the Jew that lives in New York, It's a stereotype. He gives his mother nothing but heartache and grief. She's crying, "Oh, Butch, you have so much potential. Why do you do these things?" And he says, "Ma, I'm sorry, Ma." And he goes out and does the same crap all over again. It had Donnie Wahlberg in here and Adrien Brody. I don't know much about Mickey Rourke, but I know that he was annoying, even though he was only acting. I don't care if he was friends with Tupac Shakur. This movie sucked. It really did. To make a long story short, it was basically a racial war. Also fueled by drugs. That's really the only thing I can say about it. A racial war, a race war. I mean, who wants to hear that throughout the whole movie? Nobody wants to hear that. That's all you heard throughout the movie. Jew this, nigger that, spick this. Like, really? Really? So basically, Tupac's going around. He's making white jokes, and the Jews are making black jokes. And I mean, was Was this movie meant to start a real life racial war? Because the whole thing was about race. To make a long story short, Tupac is like this feared gangster, you know? Everyone's afraid of him. Everybody's afraid of the black man. Huh. No surprise there, Hollywood. That's the way they wanted it to be. And the thing is, they actually feared him. They said Tank. That was his name in the movie, Tank. That was Tupac's name. And they were all afraid of this guy, Tank, and Tupac was barely in the movie. He wasn't even there. What are you afraid of? Tupac wasn't even in this movie. He was in it, I think I saw him a total of 7 times. If that. And he would always drive up in a limousine. You never really saw him walk anywhere. With the exception of him fighting or him instigating a fight between Butch and some other random African American that was part of his entourage, you know? I'm not trying to disappoint the Tupac fans. I am grateful that you guys have let me in and you've allowed me to do these covers for you. I enjoyed making them. I'm going to try to do another one. I don't know if I can, but I will try. I want to thank you guys for letting me be a part of your family. The Tupac Shakur legacy family. You know, I'm really grateful. And I'm not trying to spit on his image. I don't have a problem with Tupac. I don't like the script. That's what I have a problem with. It just sucked. Tupac was only in it for a short while. Basically, Tupac kills Mickey Rourke's character. And then the brother, who's like some crazy war veteran or whatever, he retaliates and kills Tupac. And that's the whole movie in a nutshell. It's nothing but racial slurs, profanity, and a couple of gunshots. And that's the entire movie. And Ted Levine, or Levine, or whatever his name is, actually thought that he could make a whole movie out of this. I thought it was really stupid. I was really disappointed. But I like Tupac's performance. And I'm not biased because I'm a Tupac fan. Because I think one of the worst Tupac songs was The Case of the Misplaced Mic. I really didn't like that song. So I'm not biased at all. But this was a really bad script. So it's not Tupac, it was the writers that I have the problem with. The guy, the crazy war veteran guy, kills Tupac's character. He slits his throat and leaves him there to bleed. And the movie ends. Now, I got very upset with the racial slurs going back and forth between both races. But at the end, let us remember what Tupac said before he died. It ain't about black or white because we're human. I hope we see the light before it's ruined. My ghetto gospel. Ladies and gentlemen, Tupac Shakur in the 1996 movie Bullet. Next up, I will be reviewing Gridlock and Gang Related. Keep the legacy alive. Tupac Shakur, ladies and gentlemen, and Bullet. I'm the Michael Myers fanatic. I approve this message. Once again, check out Bullet, starring the late great Tupac Shakur. Thanks a lot. Peace.